What's up, everybody? Big news as we start the show today. Big, big, big news. LeBron is gone. LeBron is on the move. So now we need to see what's going to happen next. I think now we need to really see what's going to happen next. I'm John Browner. This is the John Browner Podcast. You are here. It's a golden opportunity for LeBron, as you can see. The Padres got to catch the ball, dog. And the World Cup went to PKs after PK yesterday between Paraguay and Morocco. The Maracas was rocking. And we're going to talk about all that, man. We're going to talk about all that because yesterday was wild. Yesterday was absolutely wild in a lot of ways. And then today, you're going to start the day with that breaking news. And so because that news broke, now we got to break it down. I'm here with everybody. I see the chat pack cooking up. And so you already know what time it is for me. You already know what time it is for me, baby. Hold on. There we go. There we go, my boy. What's up, everybody? What is up? As always, you can join the show. I think Coach, Kicking It with Coach, may or may not join the show. We'll see. JohnBrownerPodcast@gmail.com. Got his email late because I was at the JohnBrownerPodcast@gmail.com. So we might chat about that. In addition to many, many things. We are getting there. We are going. We are rolling with the punches to 300. It'll happen. It'll happen for us. As a group, we will, we will celebrate when we get to 300. I'll do a shot of something. Shout out to all my people at the Sporty Tribune. The show is on Facebook, multiple accounts. The show's on YouTube. The show's on Twitch. The show's on Kick. The show's on Twitter. But most importantly, the show is on the Sporting Tribune on X as well. So if you are watching on X, please give the show a retweet. If you are watching the show on YouTube, please subscribe it. Please like the show. We appreciate that to continue to help the show grow. Now, I told y'all about the thing at Radio Show that was supposed to be on the 1st. They got bombed out. They got canceled. So now we're doing this. All right, let's go. This is what they call call to activation. Tomorrow, Wednesday, July 1st, the USA versus Bosnia, and Bosnia needed some help, so they went and got a whole nother country to help them. But it's Bosnia and somebody else versus us. It's the United States versus Bosnia at 5 p.m. I will be at the East Village Tavern and Bowl, and I'm looking for y'all to come through. I'm talking about you, Andre Prado. I'm talking about you, Ass Technology. I'm talking to you, Tito, my dog Tito. I know my dog Tito gonna be there. He be everywhere where it's at. I'm talking to y'all, bruh. Can I see y'all tomorrow? Can we great friends this thing tomorrow? Can we great friend get together tomorrow at the East Village Tavern and Bowl? I'm there from it's 9 a.m. games, it's 1 p.m. games, it's 5 p.m. games. I will 100% be there for all three of these games. I'm not expecting anybody to be there at 9 o'clock. I am hosting this show live from East Village Tavern and Bowl tomorrow. I'm going down there today to check the who's and what's it's, but I will be down there tomorrow live for this show. I'm getting all my stuff together. I'm getting all my things together for USA boy against Bosnia again, and Bosnia brought some friends. So I don't know why it's Bosnia, and I guess Bosnia, the flight is cheaper if you bring a buddy with you to the World Cup. So shout out to them. We in the building. Coach, I see you in there. You trying to come on to talk about this or what? Hold on, let me check that email. Let me see if he got back to me. Okay, he on kid duty. So let's keep it rolling. All right. So live broadcast tomorrow. Be there. Come kick it with your boy. Let's have some fun. Before we get to all the World Cup madness and the penalty kicks and everything that happened yesterday, and I got a question. Maybe Coach is in the chat. Maybe he can dive into this a little bit more. As much as I want to start with the Padres, I'm not. I'm not going to do that to y'all. I'm not going to do that to me. We've got to start with breaking news. That ain't it. This. We've got to start with LeBron James informing the Los Angeles Lakers that he will be playing elsewhere next year. Now, if you are an astute observer of the NBA, you could tell this was coming. If you were a person who's ever, had to break up with somebody, you could tell this was coming. I want to applaud the new ownership of the Los Angeles Lakers for doing this the way that they did. Mark Walters and the people now running the Lakers know how to handle business. They allowed LeBron's people to deliver this news. They didn't come out and say, hey, no, we're dumping you. They allowed LeBron's people to come out and say, hey, man, this ain't working for us. We're going to go play somewhere else. And you go, oh, man, that sucks. But okay. Because you already knew you didn't want them to come play. Oh, man. You ever get that? You ever get that text? You're the group text go out, hey, man, we going to so-and-so bar tonight. We'll be there around 9:30. And then that one person who is in the group chat, but you really don't want them to come, go, oh, I can't even make it, dog. And then you just hit them back with the, damn, dog. But you never wanted them to come anyway. This is the Lakers operating like a professional organization. And I guarantee y'all, Jeannie Buss wouldn't have done this. Y'all seen her in the front row with LeBron, arm on shoulder. Jeannie Buss didn't have the guts to do this ever at any point in time. Jeannie Buss was never going to let LeBron James walk. She never was going to do that. Ever. I already saw a report that she was saying that Clutch, she didn't like some of the stuff that Clutch did, and she thought that LeBron, hold on, look, I got it in my phone somewhere, man. Let me see. These reports of Jeannie Buss being upset with LeBron or the Lakers is classic. It's classic. Jeannie Buss. The report, Jeannie Buss began to turn on LeBron James years ago. Grumbled about James's outsized ego. Girl, shut up. Girl, shut up. You have got to be kidding me. See, this is why you can't trust certain people in business. Now that somebody else is making the decisions that make it easy for her, now all of a sudden these rumblings come about. She would have never done this to LeBron. She would have paid him whatever he wanted, and she would have sat on this poo-poo platter of a team for another year until he was ready to retire. She would have wanted him to retire as a Laker. Mark Walters does business. The Lakers have a bunch of people working in the front office now. They're doing business. This would have been bad business for the Lakers. Period. End of story. This team now revolves around Luka, and you need to free up space for players who either play the way that Luka wants to play or can contribute in the size department. And so that's what's going to be the next target for the Lakers, is someone who can help in the size department. For the Warriors and for LeBron, here we go. Here we go. Now, there are already reports that LeBron's not, the Golden State Warriors aren't trading Jimmy Butler. Yeah, okay. Okay. That's what they got to tell people to make sure that this AD situation work out. Because I think there's only a couple of places that LeBron James can play that actually makes sense and add to his championship chase. Because this ain't for stats. He owns every stat already. This is for a competitive opportunity to win an NBA championship. So now when you look at this and you back all the way out, because now the Lakers are out, San Antonio is in the mix. Now that you back all the way out and you look at this, the Warriors are in the mix if they can figure out a way to get AD. The Nuggets might be in the mix because the price just went way down. The financial obligation to have LeBron James on your team at 42, no mind, but playing at a very high level at 42, the price of that, you're about to get LeBron at a bargain basement price. You're about to get LeBron James at a price so low, you would have thought that it was on an infomercial at 2 o'clock in the morning. This is my opinion. I want to see the final numbers, but with Draymond opting out and that money sitting out there, the most he can probably get is 25 to 30 million for a guy who deserves 50. For a guy who deserves 50 million, you can probably get him for 25 to 35, somewhere in there, depending on your proximity to championship. So now, if I'm a team competing for an NBA championship, the floodgates just opened. The floodgates absolutely just bursted open. If I'm in the Eastern Conference and I'm at the top of the Eastern Conference, I'm going to call clutch. I'm calling Rich Paul. I'm going to make him tell me no. There are a bunch of NBA teams that are in the championship hunt that I'm going to make LeBron James tell me no before that's your job. That's your job. So if I'm San Antonio, I'm calling. Hell, if I'm Houston, I'm calling. if I have a shot at the NBA title, I'm calling, and I'm going to try to get a conversation with his people for them to tell me, nah, that's not really what we have in mind. All right, cool, man. Just thought I'd call lobby out, see where you guys were at. I think a lot of teams are doing that because they're telling people that they've got a lot of suitors. I believe them. Why wouldn't you? If this is about a championship, every year there's about 5 or 6 teams in the championship window. I don't think if he goes to the number 2, which being the San Antonio Spurs, now they rocket to 1. Everybody else, 3, 4, 5, you might be able to get into the top 3. You might be able to actually now be a real shot at the championship. Like if he goes to Denver at 25, 35 million, they got to move some things that have to happen. But if he does that, you telling me that you don't want to see LeBron and Jokic and Aaron Gordon and Jamal Murray? You telling me you don't want to see that? Come on, man. Come on, man. But all this happened because a rumor of LeBron James wanting to play in Golden State when the Lakers did not make him a priority in free agency. That's where all this started. And the Lakers handled this professionally. It never got ugly publicly. There were never nasty stories out here about LeBron James or his relationship breaking apart with the Lakers. Now, I'm pretty sure there's going to be some stuff now from Jeannie Buss's people because there are already grumblings from her people. But she's not the Lakers anymore. When Jeannie Buss was in charge and she was kowtowing to everything LeBron James wanted, now LeBron James officially isn't coming back because the Lakers have already put out a statement. So this isn't some Shams thing. This is the Los Angeles Lakers putting out a printed statement. Now all of a sudden you're going to start hearing certain things that don't sound like they've come from the new Lakers. These come from the old Lakers. This comes from the mom and pop Lakers. So whatever dirt you hear now going forward about LeBron James and the way Clutch operates, this is from the mom and pop Lakers. This is from, you know how McDonald's is? McDonald's is a corporation, but you can own a McDonald's. That's where these reports will be coming from. This will be coming from a franchisee. You don't own the team. You are outside looking in. So to me, this opportunity that has now been created, this is real now. The Golden State Warriors adding LeBron James is as real as it's ever been right now. Today, this opportunity is fresh. I honestly believe that we are going to see LeBron James and Steph Curry on the same team. Not an Olympic situation, not an all-star situation. We're going to see LeBron James and Steph Curry, 2 Akron, Ohio-born babies, playing in the NBA at the highest level. Listen, this is going to be If this happens, and the chances are exponentially increased, this is going to be a ratings dream for the NBA. This is going to be unlike anything we have seen since the 98 Chicago Bulls. I think the coverage of this team will eclipse what they got with Kevin Durant because that was more aesthetic. That was more like, look at how unbelievable and unstoppable this looks. The LeBron version of the LeBron Curry to Curry LeBron version of the Lakers of the Golden State Warriors will look complete. This will be about the rock star. This is the Beatle, and this is why I'm likening it to the 98 Bulls. This will be a media spectacle. There will be a camera everywhere this team goes. This will be a documentary. I guarantee you, if LeBron James signs a contract to play for the Golden State Warriors, whether they get AD or not, there will be a camera everywhere this team goes because this is going to be documented. This is going to be last dance worthy. If LeBron has learned anything from Michael Jordan, it's that now the Last Dance came out during COVID and absolutely took over. LeBron's going to do that with this. This will be a Netflix special. You know how they did the NBA had their quarterbacks version of the show? The Netflix is going to call the Warriors. They're going to call LeBron and Clutch. They're going to call Steph Curry and say, how much? How much? By the way, the number, whatever you say, doesn't matter. Just tell us how much to write the check for. I can't. I'm praying as a basketball fan. I'm praying this happens. As a sports fan, you should be praying this happens. This is a win, 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 win. It's a win for everybody. Everybody wins. The global version of basketball wins if this happens. Let's tap in with the chat. Coach Alex says, hey, I'm a lifelong Lakers fan, but the 98 Bulls will always be the precedent of GOAT. I'm not, okay, let me straighten this out because I'm not saying it's the greatest team of all time. They're nowhere in that conversation if this team gets put together because they're older. And this NBA climate that they're going into is going to be a little bit more difficult. So what I'm saying about the situation is that if LeBron James goes to the Lakers, this will be like the 98 Bulls because you are putting the two greatest players of this generation, every child that grew up born after 2000 has started picking up a basketball because of LeBron James or Steph Curry. And you're going to put those two guys on the same team now. The gravity of that and what that could mean and what that could look like and how you roll the ball out there. The amount of cameras that are going to be focused on this is astronomical. So the opportunity for us to see LeBron James and Steph Curry on the same team, it's real now. This is out of the rumor mill. This is in the oven now. This is baking. And y'all, listen, y'all can keep talking about it. Double Limit Forever says the Golden State Warriors retirement home team ain't going to do nothing, amigo. Bruh, let me tell you something right now. Y'all talk crazy if y'all won't. Nobody thought the Knicks would win the NBA championship. No one. Today, last year, June 30th, 2025, no one thought the Knicks would win the NBA championship. No one. Not a soul. There were some people on that team who didn't think they would win. I guarantee you Mike Brown didn't think they would win. So you can call them the geriatric warriors, the Golden Girl Warriors. You can call them whatever you want to call them. You can call them whatever you want. They put it on TV. I guarantee you watch it. If this comes together, AD or not, because this idea that AD has to join, because now that this is out in the open, and the Wizards know, it'd be malpractice for their front office to not try to squeeze the Warriors for more in terms of Anthony Davis, because this is all contingent also on Anthony Davis. If Anthony Davis goes to the Wizards and say, hey, man, I want this too. They'll comply. Instead of outright picks, it'll be swaps. They'll figure out a way to massage this because the Wizards don't want this kind of headache. They really don't. So I'm looking at this from the same standpoint that they're looking at this. Hey, man, just give us something in return. And that's the Jimmy Butler contract because financially it has to add up. And I know they could have told Jimmy Butler whatever they wanted to tell Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler's a big boy, and he hadn't got in the way, and he hadn't forced his way out of multiple places. Jimmy Butler forced his way out of Minnesota, forced his way out of Philly, forced his way out of Miami. Being traded, that's the business, buddy. You kicked up dust everywhere you went, and now you got to a place where they have a better opportunity. Adios, buddy. You got a torn ACL. If the Wizards will take that contract, and by the way, Jimmy Butler with those young players would be great for them. So this is a win-win. You get to have your young players play while Jimmy Butler recovers from his injury, giving out wisdom. This has been an interesting morning when it comes to what is actually playing out right in front of us. I didn't think we would see this right away, but here we are, man. Here we are. It's crazy. The Jeannie Buss says, this is Jeannie Buss's statement that she put out. Thank you, LeBron, because she had to be first, by the way. She can't let the owners, she can't let Mark Walter and the people now that are actually running the Lakers. She got to do the Jeannie Buss face of the Laker thing. LeBron James this is her statement. This is Jeannie Buss's statement. Let me put this on the screen actually so you guys can see what I'm looking at. This is Jeannie Buss's statement for LeBron James and her saying her piece on goodbye. I guess goodbye is a word for this. Okay, hold on. Here we go. This is Jeannie Buss's statement. LeBron James is one of the greatest athletes in history. We will always be thankful for his 8 years with the Lakers, including the title he led us to in 2020 under the toughest imaginable circumstances and the countless records he broke in purple and gold. We wish him the best in the future, both on and off. He will always be a cherished part of the Laker family. Then stop spreading rumors, Jeannie. How about that? And this was done. And let me tell y'all again. For the people who just got here. I'm John Brown. It's the John Browner Podcast. The numbers are up today, so let's start from the beginning. The Lakers and LeBron James have parted ways. If you're new to the show, I'm John Browner. This is the John Browner Podcast. I do this every day from 10 to 11 a.m., Monday through Friday. Please head over to YouTube and subscribe to the show if you've never seen the show. This is kind of what we do. And sometimes the heavenly gates of sports content open up and they drop something like this right when the show starts. And that's how all you guys get here. And I really appreciate it. And thank you for showing up today. So LeBron James has informed the Lakers that he will not be returning to play basketball for them. That, my friend, started the firestorm. Because now a lot of phones are ringing. And I want to, and I said this to start the show, and I'll repeat this again. I'm gonna get to the chat in a second. I'm gonna hear from some people in the chat pack. The Lakers did this very professionally, very above board, very high character. The Lakers allowed LeBron James to be the voice of this. The Lakers allowed Clutch to hold the wheel and the megaphone and be the one to tell you, hey, LeBron's not returning. Even though you knew this was how it looked when they gave Austin Reeves the max. You knew this was the outcome when Austin Reeves became the main focus of the offseason for the Los Angeles Lakers. Because when it came down to it, last year in the playoffs, Austin Reeves was not carrying the Lakers. LeBron James was. When Luka went out, LeBron carried the team against OKC. So for LeBron not, regardless of age, not to be the offseason priority of the Los Angeles Lakers, I can guarantee you that irked him. I can guarantee you he sat with the Sophie Cunningham finger Because there ain't no way, bro. Ain't no, and so because of that, LeBron said, I'm gonna go on vacation. I'm finna go on my Cavs reunion trip. I'm finna go and shoot golf balls off the side of a boat. I'm finna let my beard get gray. And it's gray beard LeBron. I'm finna come out here and I'm finna live my life. And I'll get to the Lakers when I get to them. I will get to the Lakers when I get to them. And then Draymond probably called him. Or Draymond probably showed up somewhere he was at. And then Steph more than likely called him and said, yo, what, you're not going back? You're not going back? On the Sporting Tribune show last night, on good authority, it was told LeBron wasn't coming back. And then dropped this news the next day. And so I know that the LeBron James camp did their due diligence. There were reports that the Lakers couldn't find time, or LeBron couldn't find time to meet with the Lakers. And the Lakers just took all this publicly. The Lakers allowed LeBron to publicly come out and say, he couldn't find time to meet with them. The Lakers didn't say anything. The Lakers allowed all this to happen. They just kept doing business. Because they let LeBron work on his own timeline. Because this is what good organizations do. They're not finna get in the mud with you publicly. Jeannie Buss would have. This is how you know Jeannie Buss is in name only in charge of the Lakers. Because this was not public at all from the Lakers side of it. There were no leaks from the Lakers side of it. Because in the NBA, leaks look different from different people. When the Lakers want something to get out, it makes it in certain areas. When LeBron and Clutch want something to get out, it pops up in very specific areas. This conversation about LeBron and him not being able to meet with the Lakers popped up in very specific areas. Sham. When something came out from the Lakers side, it popped up in very specific areas. Ramona Shelburne. I'll give you names, dog. I'll give you names. When the Lakers wanted something out, mysteriously, Ramona Shelburne, who's great at the job. This is not a diss to her. This is mad love and respect to her. When Ramona Shelburne was dropping, that was coming from the Lakers. The Jeannie Buss Lakers. When other things were dropping, this was coming from Shams. And I mean, these were press releases written by Clutch, read by Shams on the air. We know how that happens. So here we are. The Lakers handled this, the business side of the Lakers, the Mark Walters side of the Lakers handled this the best way it could have been handled. Professionally, down the line. Yes, LeBron, you and Clutch can go out. You can put out all your press releases. You can put out all of your memos. We respect that. We're going to keep doing business, though, because we got to sign Austin. We got to find another big to play with Luka. So we're going to keep going about our business. We're going to try to sign Walker Kessler. We're going to kick the tires on Jalen Duran. By doing all this, this is signals to him behind closed doors. Yeah, bro, we don't want you back. We don't want you back. Not because we don't want you, but at some point we got to move forward. And the fact that you want to play doesn't necessarily mean much to us because we got to run a business. Like, look at, I'm trying to explain how this worked behind the scenes to y'all so y'all can understand how we got to today and how it was so seamless. How we got to today and how it appeared to be without no mess. It was like the brawny man, not that brawny, but the brawny man came in with his paper towels and was cleaning it up before you even saw the spills. This was done top shelf by the Lakers, Mark Walters' portion of it. Jeannie Buss's little lazy statement, get out of it. You wouldn't have done that, Jeannie. You wouldn't have done that at all. Let's hit the chat pack. Let's see what the chat pack talk about. If you want to be a part of the chat pack, if you want to get in on the show to get some of your comments read. And by the way, I'm reading these comments as you're reading these comments. So brace yourself sometimes. The chat pack can get wild. New chat pack. Nail 007. Finally a season with Bron, and it's creating drama and pressure. Count me in. Oh. Oh, okay. All right. Shout out to Nelly, to Nail007. MM Forever says crystal ball in the future when LeBron James joins geriatric state. See, here we go. Here we go. Geriatric state. Their record is trash. So what? Just make the playoffs and all their playoff experience will playoff. Lose first round. He's 42. What do you expect? See, I disagree. And this is what I keep trying to share to people when they're calling them the geriatric state warriors. Okay. You put this team in the playoffs. You just watched the Spurs melt against the Knicks. The Spurs have more talent than the Knicks. You just watched them melt right in front of you. You're going to put the three smartest basketball players playing right now in the NBA on the same team. LeBron James and Steph Curry are two of the smartest offensive players in the league. Draymond Green and LeBron James are two of the smartest defensive players in the game. You're going to put that thought processor together. You're going to let that supercomputer team up and form a Voltron. They finna Thanos glove this thing and snap a lot of y'all out of existence when it comes to playoffs. This is not being put together to win 73 games in a regular season. Sorry to break it to you. Sorry to break it to you, people who think it'll be a first round out. Biggie says Clutch is behind the Miami thing. What about LeBron to the Heat for old time's sake? Don't think so. LeBron's still a driver of the ball. Giannis is a driver of the ball. And Bam is a driver of the ball. That would really clutter. And they got $18 million. Period. They got $18 million. Period. For everybody. Let me repeat that one more time. The Miami Heat have $18 million for their entire roster to give out. And that's already without Norman Powell being re-signed. And Norman Powell is going to command or demand Austin Reeves money because Norman Powell was an all-star last year and Austin Reeves wasn't. So you let that figure its way out. Michael Pennis says, fact check. Facts coach. Okay. He's talking to coach, kicking it with coach. Luka back in the finals with his contract with the Lakers needs some help with 3-and-D size. Luka Lakers are officially in session. Yes. Coach Alex says the Lakers era, the Luka era has officially begun. Finally. Yeah. Biggie. The last time we saw an all-veteran all-star team was the Lakers when they got Karl Malone and GP. Nah, bro. Nobody wants an injured Butler, by the way. Butler played well for the Warriors and was a good teammate. Yeah. Listen, this isn't a slight on Jimmy Butler either. I don't want this to come off as I'm being disrespectful. Jimmy Butler's a good NBA basketball player. Jimmy Butler was great for the Warriors. Very clutch. Went full Jimmy, as we like to say, on the court. But something bigger is happening. Something much bigger is happening. And for that to assemble, there needs to be casualties. Y'all loved AD. But there was an opportunity to get Luka. And for that to happen, AD had to be the casualty. AD had brought the Lakers a championship. AD had played his poor little body out. Okay? Every inch of AD gave you everything he could. But that it is what it is. AD was the casualty for the Lakers to have Luka. If Jimmy Butler is the casualty to make sure that the Warriors get Anthony Davis and you can build this Voltron, you can build this 4-part mega machine, this ratings printing machine. If all it takes is for you to move off Jimmy Butler and some draft picks, consider it done for the greater good. This isn't that complicated. So, Biggie, I appreciate it. That's true. That's true. This does remind you of the Karl Malone, Gary Payton, Los Angeles Lakers. But we talked about this last night, and I'll repeat this again. Those guys hated each other. Whether you believe the rumor or not, Karl Malone was trying to bang Kobe's wife. And if you don't believe that, look at Karl Malone's track record, buddy. Okay? If you don't believe Karl Malone was trying to bang Kobe Bryant's wife, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. Look at Karl Malone's track record, buddy. It ain't sterling. It's pretty fucking gross, actually, if you really want to go into detail about it. I don't, because we don't have time. This ain't the Karl Malone podcast. But that team hated each other. If you played on a team, if you worked in an office and one of your coworkers tried to bang your wife, and he was notorious for doing nasty stuff, or under the board type behavior, unscrupulous is what they like to say. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I'm passing. Yeah. No. We not good. We not good. And in the finals, we all know Shaq and Kobe didn't even want to pass to each other. That Lakers team imploded. Now, you got to take your head out to the Detroit Pistons because you still got to beat them. And the Detroit Pistons, to their credit, the Detroit Pistons beat them. But I'm telling you, this ain't that. This ain't that. That was put together for a championship at the time for Gary Payton, who didn't have one. And that was put together at the time for a championship for Karl Malone, who didn't have one. LeBron got one. AD got one if AD comes from Washington. Draymond got 4. Steph got 4. Bron got 4. This is about legacy. This is about the last dance. Can you imagine LeBron James and Steph Curry, the two largest pillars of gravity left in the NBA, on the same team, retiring on the retirement tour at the same time? Because this really feels like, to me, this is the last hurrah for LeBron, Steph, and Steve Kerr. I think when Steph Curry's done, Steve Kerr's done. I think LeBron's going to give you this year, and he's going to kick the tires and stretch his back for next year. But if this is the golden opportunity for LeBron, and I think it is, oh, baby. Oh, baby. Well, Hope and Peaceful said, I knew the Knicks would win the East. I predicted that, but I thought OKC will win the championship. So, you as well. Go back to my point of no one thought the Knicks would win the championship. So there you go. There you have it. It continues. See, this is the Bron and Greek Freak. That's not a good. I don't think LeBron wants to do that. I think LeBron wants to stay as close to California as he can. Somebody said the Spurs. I think the Spurs should call him. I mean, he'd be older than the coach. So you with that what you will. The Lakers don't have the Knicks don't have space. The Lakers, the Knicks legit are tapped out, and your boy James Dolan already said he ain't going nowhere near the second April. So do what you want with that. But yeah, man, this is interesting. This is interesting on many fronts. This is interesting on many fronts. I like it. I think this changes the dynamic for a lot of things. I think this changes the dynamic for a lot of things. And we'll see what happens. But LeBron James on a different team. This is crazy. This is crazy. The move has happened. Norway just, according to Coach Alex, our soccer correspondent, Norway just scored 6 goal, 1-0 on the Ivory Coast. Thanks, Coach. T-Wob. TB says, this is going to be them heavy Cleveland Cavs again. Ha ha ha. Mixed with that old Houston Rockets, Barkley, Drexler, Scotty, Olajuwon. I don't think that's this. I don't think that's this. Steph Curry is still dynamite. We've already seen LeBron play the greatest season we've ever seen a 41-year-old play outside of Tom Brady in their sport. Top of his game, not as sharp as he once was, but he still got something in the tank. I don't know what the AD portion of this is. This will revitalize Draymond Green on the defensive end. You're looking at Defensive Player of the Year. I'm calling it right now. You're looking at a Defensive Player of the Year performance from Draymond Green. If you're going to tell me that they're going to build this team, unless theoretically by argument, say they do are able to add AD somehow, some way, right? Or they can't add AD. They just have Jimmy Butler. So it's Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, LeBron James, Draymond Green, Kristaps Porzingis. I like that too, by the way. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Let's say the Wizards. Let's say the Wizards want to work it out with AD. We traded for AD. We planned for AD to be here. We're going to stick with AD. We're not trading him. Okay. If you're the Golden State Warriors and they don't want to move him, you then come playoff time when Jimmy recovers from the ACL, you will have Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, LeBron James, Draymond Green, Kristaps Porzingis. I like that 5 against anybody in a playoff series. Now, Kristaps Porzingis gets a mysterious cold. He get COVID every time the playoffs start. So I don't know who the hell. Listen, Porzingis get COVID every time when it's like early April and June. He gets some kind of mysterious influenza, and he can't play for like 3 weeks. So I don't know what's going on with that. But between Nell says Porzingis and AD going to play like 50 games combined. That's probably true. Now that, my friend, that is a bullseye. That might happen. That might be a real thing. But we don't know we don't know what this roster is going to look like. We just know that there will be a LeBron on it, possibly. Steph's going to be on it. Draymond's going to be on it. Everybody else to make the AD version of it happen, I don't know. But as of right now, today, that's the starting lineup that the Warriors can put together. And let me talk about this from the Lakers portion of it, because I gave the Lakers their kudos. The doors finally closed on LeBron James and his time with the Lakers. Was it successful? Now let's ask the other question. Was LeBron James' time for the Los Angeles Lakers successful? They won the championship in what Jeannie Buss calls, I think, what did she said it was the hardest NBA championship anyone's ever won. Okay, cool. So if we're going to talk about LeBron James's tenure for the Los Angeles Lakers, if you're looking at it from a business perspective, this is why it was time to go. The Lakers haven't been a title threat since 2020, and the conditions that were created for them to win that NBA title were a global epidemic. And it was a global epidemic that most sports stopped playing. The NBA found a way to continue to play. But in that environment, 70% of the players didn't want to play, which I found to be astounding. What I found out during the bubble championship run is that a lot of guys don't care about basketball in the NBA. They care about the luxury that basketball provides. And that's the only reason I credit the Lakers for winning that championship. Because to me, one of the things that makes the NBA championship impressive is the travel, the grueling schedule, the 2 cities in 3 nights, the 4 cities in a week sometimes, depending on how you travel. But the NBA travel can be absolutely bone-crushing. During COVID, that was removed. And you had guys sneaking women into the facility. Like the NBA created an environment to keep it sterile, to keep people out, and these bozos were trying to sneak females in. So when I tell you what I learned about the NBA during COVID was that a lot of guys don't care about basketball. They care about the spoils of They care about the things that they receive from being in the NBA. I learned throughout that process that LeBron James loves basketball. That Nikola Jokic, despite his horse aspiration, loves basketball. Dwight Howard, despite all his freaky behavior, he on the Diddy level of freaks, loves basketball. The Miami Heat, Jimmy Butler, loves basketball. Bam Adebayo, like there's a list of guys who I gained a whole new respect for. just off the charts level of respect. Because what it showed me was that those dudes love basketball. So I give LeBron James and the Lakers roster that particular year of Dwight Howard, AD, KCP. Those dudes locked in and won the championship. You can never take a one championship away. You can do as Graham said. Graham calls it the Mickey Mouse ring. You can do that. You can call it that. I have my gripes against the ring as well, but I respect it because what it meant to win it when other guys were tapping out, when other guys were sneaking people in, when Lou Williams snuck off to go to Magic City. He went to a funeral. He went to his family's funeral, but at the same time, Lou Williams ended up in Magic City. Come on, dog. These guys like what the NBA gave them. Excuseless says, if they don't win, what does it do to LeBron's legacy? Nothing. Nothing really. This is at worst, this is Jordan on the Wizards. Nobody talks about that other than to ding his career. That's it. We got 900 people watching this. Come over to YouTube and subscribe to the show. John Browner Podcast on YouTube. You're watching the John Browner Podcast right here. I'm here from Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Lots of shows, lots of talk. And when a day like this happens, man, this is just awesome. This is just awesome. So thank everybody for coming on and checking out the show. Biggie says, how many rings does Luka have again? 0. And for this on the Lakers side, like and subscribe to the pod. I'm also available. Let me do this too. I'm also available via iTunes and YouTube. So I would appreciate it if you guys subscribed on iTunes. I'd appreciate it if you guys subscribed on YouTube to help grow the show. We're trying to get to 300 subscribers. We're at 295. Shout out to Coach for letting it be known. I'm trying to get 5 more subscribers by the end of the day. Okay, now, the Lakers portion of this, now that the book on LeBron is closed and the chapter in Laker history now reads Luka, and in tiny words underneath, Austin Reeves, which that part I'm pretty sure they will regret. JD wants to know, are you going to talk about how much the Padres suck? Yeah, let me get this last end of the Lakers take off, and then I'm going to take off on the Padres and their inability to catch the damn fly ball. So the idea, and shout out to JD, the idea that it's now Luka's team backed up by Austin Reeves, the Lakers front office now has to find a way to build this team around Luka Doncic. I believe that this is going to 100% turn into a Walker Kessler max contract situation. And that sounds gross. In the NBA, you're going to have Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, Walker Kessler, Rui Hachimura. Maybe, possibly. I'll take Rui out. I will take Rui out. So your big three or your big two is Luka and Austin Reeves. Does that scare anybody? With the current climate of the NBA, does that scare anybody? If you're the Los Angeles Lakers, and we also know the Los Angeles Lakers are notorious for finding somebody and getting them when no one thought they could. See the AD trade. Hell, see the Luka trade. See the Pau Gasol trade. The NBA is littered with the Lakers. You waking up and going, you checking your phone and going, the Lakers got who? It got so bad at one point, the league had to step in and not let them get Chris Paul. Some way, somehow, the Lakers always do this. They always find a way to get another guy. So I don't think Walker Kessler is that guy. I don't think Jalen Duren is that guy. Jalen Duren kind of got exposed. Jalen Duren showed himself to be a regular season stallion and an NBA puppy and a playoff puppy. He's a greyhound in the regular season. He's a puppy dog in the playoffs. So I don't think they're going to spend a lot of money on him. I think Walker Kessler fits, but at what price? And after that, it's just shooters, 3-and-D shooters. So we'll see. We'll see, man. As always, like I told y'all before, what a day. We're gonna talk about some. We're gonna get into something else. We've been doing this for 50 minutes now. So I gotta let me give my everydayers. Let me give my everydayers something to pound the ground about. Yesterday, uh, Biggie says Lakers no defense, all offense like the Denver Nuggets in the '80s. The team can average up to 115 and 117 points. Michael Penner says the OKC and the Spurs are massive. Yeah, huge teams. This is where Walker Kessler has to come in. Shout out to Joe Rigby. All right, let me touch on this Padre thing, and I might get back to the Laker thing. We'll talk about soccer tomorrow. I'm trying to get Coach in here tomorrow. Whether I'm live or not, Coach, I want to hear from you. All right, so check this out. The Padres and Bo. What is this guy's first name? I think it's Justin Bowen. What? Jace Bowen. Jace Bowen in left field. You got to catch that ball, dog. You got to catch that ball. Samad Taylor in left field. You got to catch that ball, dog. Jackson Merrill, you found a way. You caught that ball. But the Padres got to hit with runners in scoring position. Stop me if you heard that before. And Samad Taylor, you got to catch that ball, dog. Jace Bowen, you got to catch that ball, dog, in left field. Just a pathetic day of play. And this isn't the first time. This happened to the Padres in Milwaukee, too. The Padres had a nasty case of the droppies in Milwaukee. They blamed it on the roof and the lights. There's no roof in Wrigley Field. And that was a day game that they did that against Milwaukee. And this was a night game in Chicago. You can lose one in the lights. But Samad Taylor lost one in the lights. Jace Bowen lost the most important one in the lights. So those are the type of losses you like. That's a great at bat against Mason Miller, deep fly to left, but you got to come up with that ball. That's the job, dog. That's the sport. Put your body on the line. Come up with the damn ball. Catch the damn ball, dog. Jace Bowen catches that ball. We go into extras. And the Padres have been clutching extras. But you don't get there. You don't get there if you don't catch the damn ball. Maybe there was something going on because Jackson Merrill pretty sure in center field. He lost one but found it. That goes to show you he's better than the guys in left field because they lost it and it stayed lost. Jace Bowen should be catching that ball. That is a major league outfield play. If you're a major league outfielder and he was put in for defense, Jace Bowen was put in for defense. Yes, that is a difficult catch. It has to be made. Graham, I hear you. He made a double play with a great throw to the plate, two batters before. It was a tough catch, especially with the wind blowing out. Left Adams out too long. Miller should have started the inning. I don't want to hear that. Nope. I don't want to hear that, Graham. This is why he should have made the play in right field. I mean, this is why he should have made the play at the wall, because he just showed you a spectacular catch and throw to gun the man down at the plate. Why you send that guy, I don't know if you're the Cubs, but nonetheless, it worked out for them in the end. Jace Bowen makes one good play, and then again, I'm agreeing with you, Graham. That's a tough catch, but you got to catch that ball. JD, same conversation with you. That was a really tough play to make, especially with that damn Ivy. We are saying the same thing. It was a tough play, but it wasn't uncatchable. He was at the wall. He tracked the ball perfectly, timed his jump perfectly. You got to come up with the ball. You got to come up with the ball. This isn't where he was afraid for full contact, full speed to hit that Ivy, to hit that brick wall behind it. This wasn't that, because if that was the case, I'm on your side. I'm going, listen, it's your shoulder or it's the ball. I'm choosing my shoulder. See y'all tomorrow. They got this one. See y'all tomorrow. But he didn't. He got there, played it well, had his arm out, knew his distance to the wall, jumped and didn't come up with the ball. Padres lose. Graham, the ever optimistic, says we wouldn't have scored in extra innings anyway. Come on, man. Don't do that, Graham. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy, Graham. But this is now the Padres have lost 3 straight after winning 4 in a row. Now they've lost 3 in a row. Here's a roller coaster. Welcome back to the Peloton Padres. Welcome back to the goddamn Peloton Padres. We just pedaling, ain't going nowhere. Just spinning our wheels, man. There were some positives from yesterday. There was some positive. Cannon held his own against the Cubs, but the Cubs have been struggling at the bat. But Cannon held his own. He didn't blow the game. He's got a 7 ERA or some bananas like that. But you got to catch that ball, man. Those are plays you need. You made one play by the throw out at the plate. Make another play, dog. Make another. Account for all 3 outs. Listen, Bogarts was good yesterday. Cut it out. Cut it out. I had planned to get to all the PKs. I'll talk about the PKs tomorrow. We're hitting an hour. Shout out to everybody who joined the show today. Hopefully the Padres can catch the damn ball today. Hopefully we'll see a solution. Hopefully the dominoes will now start falling for LeBron James and the Golden State Warriors. Okay, yeah, all right. Okay, yes. We found Jay Cronenworth, y'all. Shout out to Tito for bringing it up because I completely forgot about that in all today's news. We found Jay Cronenworth. Lo and behold, 0 for 3. 0 for 3. Can't have nice things. Just Jay Cronenworth come back and go 0 for 3, dog. I don't know, man. I just don't know. Jay Cronenworth is batting 140, y'all. Freddie Fermin 145. Manny Machado 186. Gavin Sheets is okay. Come on, man. Yo, I was like, what the hell? That Cronenworth was in the minor leagues for one day. Looked like goddamn Mark McGwire. Jay Cronenworth was in the goddamn minor leagues looking like Barry Bonds, dog. Just hitting the ball to the fucking moon. He get back up here against real baseball players. 0 for 3, 140 average. Oh, man. Oh. Thanks, Tito. Thanks, Tito. I forgot about that. James Newell. Okay. James. You're right. Listen. James, you are 100% correct. Shout out for you chiming in on X. I appreciate that. He's coming. James Newell says he's coming back from a bad concussion. You expect him to go 6 for 6. No, James. I did not. From what he had given us previously, I expected him to go 0 for 6. I'm expecting nothing out of him. But he looked unbelievable in his minor league appearance. Am I wrong, James? James, he was down there looking like, okay, old Cronenworth. Jay Cronenworth was in the minor leagues looking like the Jay Cronenworth the Padres gave all that goddamn money to. Only for Jay Cronenworth to come back up as the Jay Cronenworth that went down. Shout out to you, James. I appreciate you for checking in. No, to answer your question, I didn't expect for him to go 6 for 6. I expected him to go 0 for 6. And he did half of that. But I'm glad he's healthy. Hold on, before I get to this, JD. I'm glad he's healthy. I'm glad Jay Cronenworth is a concussion can be a very difficult thing to deal with, and it can actually be long-term. After seeing what happened to Chris Johnson, CK2, if you got CK2K is what they called him. Chris Johnson, former Titans running back, ran for 2,000 yards. Very celebrated season. He ended up being on the cover of Madden. now has Alzheimer's. It's a very, very sad and very unfortunate situation, and I'm pretty sure that's due to continuous head trauma, due to concussions. So in the real world, with all jokes aside, I'm happy to see that Jake Cronenworth is upright and healthy, because after this, he has to have a life. So I'm glad that Jake Cronenworth, as a man and as a human, is healthy. But now that he's healthy and now that he's back, I'm going to keep clowning him for batting 140 something. That's all. That's all. Yeah, man. Chris Johnson's ALS battle is whew. It's sad, man. It's sad. And so we're not going to end the show on a sad note. So, what a day, man. But what a day to revisit. Shout out to everybody who joined the show today. This was the highest show we've ever had. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to LeBron James for breaking news at 9 o'clock. Shout out for LeBron James breaking news at 9 o'clock. Thanks, LeBron. Already stimulating the sports economy, helping this show grow. So shout out to Bron for dropping that. Shout out to Bron and Clutch for coming through in the clutch at 9 a.m. for a 10 a.m. show. Great show. I appreciate all you guys for coming, man. As always, go to YouTube, subscribe to the show. I 100% appreciate it. Like and subscribe to everybody who was able to view the show today. I really appreciate it. Help the show continue to grow. This thing has been fantastic. What a day. And we got USA tomorrow. Again, let me tell y'all again. Tomorrow, I am live at East Village Tavern and Bowl. We're doing a all-day soccer experience. There will be breakfast burritos at 9 a.m. There will be great lunch specials for the 1 o'clock game. And then we have full menu available at East Village Tavern and Bowl, sponsored by Bluefish Tequila, for the 5 p.m. USA-Bosnia game. It's Bosnia and. I don't know who the and is. Let me check and see who the and is. Bosnia and scoreboard. Let me see. Tomorrow, it's Bosnia and, Herzegovina. Who is Herzegovina? Herzegovina. Bosnia-Herzegovina. I'm pretty sure this has something to do with some war somewhere, but nonetheless, it's whatever was Bosnia and friends versus the U.S. Whether you're from Bosnia or from the Bosnia and friends, and you're in San Diego, come down. It'll be a great crowd, great opportunity. There'll be some drink specials. There'll be some shots. Coach Alex says I don't know how to pronounce that, man. This is like Castellanos. Can't do it. So, but I'll be there. So shout out to the whole chat pack. I hope to see some of y'all down there tomorrow. I'll be live down there 100%. Shout out to Rigby, says he hopes that he can make it. I hope all y'all can make it. Great show today. Great way to announce that. Hopefully I'll see you guys down there to come watch the USA against Bosnia with me. Have some fun. Have a great friends get together. Hydration break in this situation. That's right, Tito. Hydration break, baby. And you know I'm finna get that bag, Biggie. You already know what time it is, dog. Okay, coach has a phonetic way. I'm gonna try to get this right. Okay. Herzegovina. Like hurts the car rental. Govina. Herzegovina. That still sounds terrible. But I think I got it, though. Herzegovina. I guess. I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Mad love. Peace.